So now I want to go back around to everybody, and I want to talk about how do you want to be treated. And I think, Noni, you said it, respect. How do you want to be treated?
Based on my character.
Okay. Based on my character. And as I go around, if something's up here that, yeah, that's what I said, then let me know and I'll check it off. Jacqueline, how do you want to be treated?
I want people to look at me and not my illness.
Look at me and not my illness. How do you want to be treated?
Accepted.
Accepted. Any of these others apply to you?
Absolutely all of them.
All of them. All right. How do you want to be treated?
I think respect. As I said, you have to respect people who they are.
Right. Okay. Brad, how do you want to be treated?
Based on my qualifications.
So I'm going to put based on my qualifications, and we have based on my character. Any of these others?
Accepted, respect, of course.
Okay, great. Brandy, how do you want to be treated?
Well, with respect and based on my character and qualifications, I also want to be viewed in my entirety, to be accepted for my entire personality. I would like to have acknowledgement for the differences that I have and respected because of them, not in spite of them.
Good. All right. How do you want to be treated?
I'm big on reciprocity. And so I want to be able to be held accountable for how I treat people, but I want them to be held accountable for how they treat me.
So if I put accountable, it goes both ways. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
Any of these others?
Yeah. Accepted, in my mind, lines up with tolerance. And I don't want to be tolerated. And so for me, being accepted is not necessarily something I have to experience.
Okay.
I want to, because I realize that who I am holistically, you may not accept all those parts of me, but again, it goes back to this notion of reciprocity.
Okay.
And so if you treat me in a manner that you want to be treated in, the fact that you accept me or not doesn't really matter.
So treat me how you want to be treated. Okay. Yolanda, how do you want to be treated?
With acceptance, respect, dignity. And I know this is asking maybe too much, but I really would like to be unconditionally loved.
Is there anybody in this room that would be against that one? I don't think so. I think that's why we're a nation that has so many dogs. They love us unconditionally, don't they? I mean, no matter how hard the day's been, you can go home and that dog's, I'm glad you're home. I'm excited to see you, you know? Okay. You needed to. Okay, Becky, how do you want to be treated?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's so interesting to me how people judge me. I want to be accepted beyond my looks. I really, it's not what I look like, it's who I really truly am. The core of who I am. And many people come up to me after events and they go, wow, I didn't realize that you're such a good person. And I'm going, I'm here, I didn't realize that there was a judgment on the other end too. And so the thing that I put down there was respect, honored, acknowledged for who I am and what I've, just my soul. I think so much we do this outward thing that, just many of the things. Valued is another one.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Yeah. Actually, how do you want to be treated?
All of the above plus justice. I want to be treated with justice.
Debbie, how do you want to be treated?
I want to be treated as awesome.
Yeah.
Because you are awesome.
I think we're all awesome.
We're all kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So I think that, obviously I love all of it.
Uh-huh.
I love everything everyone's listed.
But I think if we could look as everyone is awesome, then we would be treating and be treated with all of this.
Right,
So,
right. So all of you shared with how it felt to be excluded. So we all know what that feels like in this room. And I think I could bring in another group and another group. I could go all day long, and it wouldn't matter what their factor was. They'd all have a story, pretty much, of a time when they were excluded. So we all get that, and that's good. That's good to carry with us. Now, even though everybody's so different, I bet you nobody would say, oh, no, I don't want to be treated with respect. No, please, no, Awesome, oh, no. Who of all of us, in spite of all our differences, wouldn't want to be treated this way? This is how we all want to be treated. We want to be treated with respect. We want to be accepted. We want to be accountable. I can be accountable for how I treat you, and you be accountable how you treat me. Yeah, let's get it on equal plane. That would be another thing. I want to be treated equally. Dignity, unconditional love, that's the best. I love that one. So that's how we all want to be treated.
I'm not sure what the word is for this, but lots of times when you have a disability or an illness, what's the opposite of being a victim? I don't want to be seen as a victim.
Empowered or powerful?
Yeah.
Maybe, or not quite it, or?
Empowered. Whatever the
Or
opposite.
capable?
Capable. Yeah, I'm not a victim because I was born with a disability. I was also born with brown eyes.
Yes, capable. I'm not a victim. Okay, great. All right, so we've got how we want to be treated. We know that. So now we're on a quest. Every one of us is going, okay, I know how everybody wants to be treated. What kind of attitude then do we need to have now? If we're going to cross over and we're going to connect with somebody or get to know someone who's different from us, what kind of attitude do we need to have? Just call it out.
Open.
An open attitude. Okay, what else?
We need to be reflexive.
Reflexive. Can you explain that for me a little bit?
Okay, and so I am aware that I have biases. And so when I interact with people, I try not to have those biases silence or marginalize those people. And so I think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I try to be sensitive to what I'm going to say before I say it. It's kind of like I police myself. And so I think if more people took the time to be self-reflexive and say, these are the great things about me, these are the horrible things about me, how do I manage, how do I evolve, how do I change, then when we interact with people, less people will be harmed.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we take a moment to think about it, right? Excellent.
I think that's also tying into being intentional.
Okay.
Like when we're intentional on how to create connection with people rather than disconnection.
Yes, very good. What else? What other kind of attitudes do we need?
Accepting.
Okay, an accepting attitude. Brad?
Well, I think we have to get to know people. Because I think a lot of times we have that first judgment when we hear somebody's, a certain way or whatever, and then we don't get to know them because we think we know who they are, and we really don't know who they are because we haven't got to know them.
Okay, so an openness, a willingness
Right.
to get to know someone. You got to be open to that. What else?
so getting away from the first impressions.
Right.
All right, so going beyond first impressions.
And I think it's understanding, building on openness. Being different is okay.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are different.
So if we're meeting someone and we're going to go check, we agree on that, we check, we agree on that, check, we agree on that, and that's all we're looking at, it's going to really limit us. But if we're going, oh, we're all different, so boy, this is going to be fun. I'm going to meet someone with some new things that I can learn from them.
Also tolerant.
Mm-hmm.
You can be accepting, but you can also be tolerant, which are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
I can tolerate the fact that you're, what do you call it, a radical right-winger. I can tolerate that, but I don't have to accept it. But I can be accepting of you as a human being.
Right, and that brings me to a good point. I'm going to bring it in there, even though it's later on in my notes here.